Hold on. Let me take a sip. Problem here is like, how do I get to my coffee? That's all.
You're just going to have to drink your coffee with your left hand. You're going to have to be ambidextrous.
But I'm not a left-hand coffee drinker.
You're just going to have to adjust.
No, it's like when I'm driving in the coffee holders on my right side. When I'm sitting at work, it goes right by my mouse, so I can go mouse, coffee, mouse, coffee. This is like there's a...
I don't know. You're going to have to reach over it.
And then the computer's in the way, and I'm just, this is like... It's fine. We're fine.
You're going to have to work on your left-handed coffee drinking. I don't know what else to tell you.
Build up my, kind of like do like ball squeezes.
That's it. You have to get used to it.
Go to PT for my hand.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
You didn't know what you were walking into. The problems.
Is that
the video problems
normal,
that we have?
Though? Literally so fucking normal.
We're new to this video business.
Yeah,
so
we are.
We're getting there.
Good Lord. I had no idea. I
What?
had no idea. I texted you this. I was like, I'm having a full identity crisis. I had no idea I was so facially expressive.
Well, yes.
And then it occurred to me that like people have been missing out on all their reactions when it's just audio. And like, thank God we're moving to video because we're hysterical. But
I think so too.
It was also that like realization, if I ever ended up on a TV show of some kind, some dumb, pick one, Bachelorette, Love is Blind, one of those, right?
Any of those?
I would be the girl that ends up the meme. Like some reaction to something that I had that I could not control.
As somebody who also has a very expressive face, I understand that.
I would be the meme. So that was like the nail in the coffin, like don't ever think about applying.
No, that's not true. Or just get a
be-
shit ton of Botox so no one sees your feelings.
You would get trolled.
That's how I used to live my life. 20 full years of just a lot of Botox.
We've talked about that. And then you stopped?
Yeah.
It was good for that minute though, wasn't it?
It was. Well, that was because I was just absolutely miserable in my life and nobody needs to see my facial expressions.
Oh.
Now you're stuck with them.
Well, here
You're
we
welcome.
are. Good
This
morning.
little nugget, little treasure. It's Friday. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
And I did not get to log in and see the Kardashians.
No, neither did I.
Because we got logged out of Hulu somehow.
Oh no, it's the worst.
And then my husband's like, this email, that email. I don't even like this channel.
There are like 50 different emails just between you two alone.
It was so freaking painful. And then I had to he was just in such a bad mood that I was like, fine, we'll just watch Netflix. It's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. No, I'm not caught up. How does it work with streaming service accounts when you're married? Like, does they come out from the same account? So you personally or the business or whatever is paying for all 12? Or like, do you split them? Like your kid pays for one?
Well, it really
Your husband
depends.
pays
Well,
for
because
one?
we've accumulated them over the years. It's not like we
Yeah.
bought them all at once. So they're all different emails. They're all different. One's him, one's
Yeah.
me, it's just really obnoxious.
I'm horrified to think of how many different, like the total cost of streaming accounts. That being said, though, shout out to my best friend there because I mostly steal his.
Yeah, there you go.
There's
Until they get rid of it.
he shares his with it's like me and all the siblings.
Yeah.
And for pretty much all of them.
Well,
Yeah.
and
Hulu,
that's-
Netflix.
And we have a good group of that too. Like one of
Yeah.
our friends has Discovery or another one has AMC Plus. We all kind of share the ones that we're into this show together.
Yeah, let's all
As
watch it.
Our friendship requires us to watch the show together. We're going to share this streaming service.
Or else we'll have nothing else to talk about.
Legit. I don't know why, but this is how it's happened.
In order to participate in the group chat, please follow the show.
That's it. If
Spend
you need
2
a
hours
login
out of your week.
that's fine. We need a place to come to that we can gather.
That's funny.
And start from. This is where our relationship is. So yeah, I think that's a total normal thing now.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It was like, I'm just drawing a blank. Never mind. We can move on.
That's her
Listen.
skipping this entire season of Grey's Anatomy.
Yes.
Are we going to just jump right into what's roasting? All right, so let's start there because I don't want to spoiler for anybody. But you speak Grey's Anatomy.
I speak Grey's Anatomy, but I am behind in the current season.
Well, it's not going to take you 5 seconds but to catch up. But
It's not that fun anymore.
No.
Like, there aren't any really good storyline threads that kept me in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I liked Meredith and her new beau thing. I was into that. But I liked her with the Irish guy, too. And
I
then that, just
know.
got cut off at the nose. Like, we never got to really see that come to fruition. And then suddenly she was just, into this other guy. And the storyline was kind of broken up. So I was like, wait, where did he come from again? I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
It just kind of lost me somewhere.
Well, I've stuck around. I'm only an episode or two behind, but I saw it was in the news that Meredith is moving. So that's what they're going to do. They're not killing her or anything like that. She's just moving to a different hospital. So.
Well, we knew that, though. They set that up.
I mean, it's been 19 years. It's got to be so boring to do the same thing. But my question
is, like, pretty much everybody from the original cast is gone.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that was the rumor that Patrick Dempsey and Meredith are going to have their own show of something else back together again.
He's coming back?
McDreamy? He's saying no right now, but they're being really coy about some new show. So if to find those two on a new show together would be epic.
But then why did you kill him off to begin with? Why did we do 12 seasons without McDreamy if he was just going to come back?
Didn't he have a problem? Wasn't he like a problem on the set? I feel like there was an issue with him and his behavior.
I don't know. All I know is that
I'm a fan of him.
I would laugh so hard if they did like a throwback or like another offshoot OG cast thing. Because I'd be like, well, then you should have just kept them on. Like, why didn't you just keep them on?
I would like that very much. Also, I would like it if they did kind of like a mock documentary. Sort of.
Like
just
Office style?
Stupid, yes.
That's funny. You know what else I was thinking too? Do you remember there was a time where, because I saw this in another show I was watching. What am I watching? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Oh, Dynasty. That's what I'm watching.
I love Dynasty.
It's so good.
I know. It's
and
so bad.
I missed the last two seasons, so I'm like I started again from the beginning to watch them all back through.
I think that's hysterical that we both privately have been watching Dynasty.
I love that. Cheers to that. I try to embody a little bit of Fallon in me when I can.
I see that.
Not like the manipulative kind, but just a little bit of the scheming and the getting people to do what I want. I have two TV modes that when I need some inspiration, it's like Fallon Carrington and Beth Dutton. Which one am I going? Depending on my mood.
I can get down with both of those.
Okay, super random thought, but do you remember when Glee was super popular?
Yes.
And then they were trying to bring Glee back, or Glee was ending or something, and all these shows did random vocal a cappella episodes.
Yes.
So I'm watching Dynasty and they do it all the time. There's a random number.
I fast forward through it.
Yes, me too. All I keep thinking is it's part of the contract to maybe get these guys record deals or something through this show. And we can sing. Oh, we're multi-talented. But first of all, don't get on a fucking TV show unless you can do everything. First of all, you got to be multi-talented.
That's it.
But second of all, do they know it's so awkward for the viewers? The performances, very talented, love it, but it's so awkward.
It's just random. You're having a phone conversation and then she's dancing around her bedroom singing.
Do you remember when Grey's Anatomy did it? It was so
it was
unbelievably
real bad.
awkward.
Yeah. It just is awkward.
It's the episode I skip. I'm I can't. It just makes me cringe.
No more musical episodes. They're bad. They're bad.
I don't know if they're still doing them, but I'm
well,
just
because they go from regular conversation right into voiceover polished studio provided audio that they're lip syncing over.
And choreographed walks around the set.
If it was real and it kind of transitioned into all of a sudden now I'm singing, it would be a little bit different.
Here's my frustration about it.
Yes.
I am so invested in the show. I am watching the show. I am so invested in the characters. I am in the moment where I am thinking this is real life. And then when you break out in a song, it breaks that veil.
It's
and
weird.
It's no longer real life.
No.
Now I'm now I'm watching a TV show. Now it's lame. Now I remember that I've been sitting in bed for 6 hours watching the show and I have to get up because you broke out in a song. 20 minutes ago when I was just so ingrained in your plot lines, I didn't realize this was not my life.
Tori and I are both lobbying for no more musical episodes. They're bad. Don't do it. I don't know anybody that's wow, this really needed a musical number for it.
Okay, well, we just went on quite a tangent. Was the story that Meredith's leaving?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it.
Great.
But then we both discovered that we like the same show.
Wait, more on TV shows though. Blue's Clues. Did you see this?
What about it? What about Steve?
Steve Burns. He left the show, but then he came back in 2021 and was I don't really. We talked. It
was post-pandemic. Right? We were excited. Steve's back.
Okay, but now he's coming back out and being actually, that time in my life that I was on Blue's Clues was really fucking miserable.
Of course it was.
Oh, and I'm just so sad about it.
Why?
He opened up. The 49-year-old has opened up about his decision to leave in 2002. It was a long time ago. I'm trying to think about how old I was. I don't know. 9?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's that annoying.
He did it for
Bluey
6
guy.
years, and he left due to the state of his mental health. The show said that he went to college. Obviously, that was not true.
Yeah. Kanye's college.
Yeah, she said that he said.
Sorry. Anywho.
He said that he was struggling with severe clinical depression the whole time he was on the show. It was his job to be utterly and completely full of joy and wonder at all times, and that became impossible. Yeah. I was always able to dig and find something that felt authentic to me that was good enough to be on the show, but after years and years of going to the well without replenishing it, there was a cost.
You couldn't
strategy
tell?
had been, hey, you got a great thing going, so just fight it. Turns out you can't fight depression, you collect it.
He was like, he looked like a Stockholm victim in there. I was like, are you okay in there, Steve?
I know, but
he
don't
always
ruin
looked
my childhood.
sad
I
in his
loved
eyes.
The show.
I know. It was good.
So I didn't have the channel.
Well,
my dad refused to buy. I had 16 channels growing up. We didn't have TV. Now it's like, holy crap, we have everything. But it was like, go outside, go do something, go play, go have a life. Don't sit in here and watch TV. We didn't play video games up until we were in our teens.
So it was just you and Steve?
No, I didn't have Steve because Steve was on Nickelodeon. I didn't get Nickelodeon. So whenever I would go to a friend's house, I'd be like, can we put Nickelodeon on Blue's Clues? Be like that creepy kid. All she wants to do is watch Blue's Clues.
I love that. I love that for your childhood.
Freaky.
What else have we got going on in the world of Hollywood? Since we went on a total TV tangent.
Yeah, we did. All right, we can. I'm saving the Taylor Swift thing.
Okay.
There's
a lot of Taylor
There's going to be a lot. So let's just run through the other stories. And then see the Cameron Burr thing? She's opening she's starting a Christian faith-based TV network.
Okay.
The Great Family Network. Great American Family Network. That apparently the content is going to be different than what you are seeing on TV today. And she went on to say, I think that the Great American Family will keep traditional marriage at the core.
Whatever. I mean...
And obviously now the internet is coming for.
Yeah, well, yeah. Don't we have that already? Fox News, OAN?
Oh my God.
You got your traditional whatever it is over there? Sorry.
I didn't know that would
resist.
be even a thing to do. I don't care how.
I'm not going to name names, but I have a human being that I used to be friends with that is that ilk of people. And they're nasty. They're just horrible. And they came for the Centerville Public Library because they had a book that was in the children's section with two guys holding their hands, or there was a rainbow flag that happened to be flying in the Centerville Public Library. And then it was like, they're coming for your children, is literally what she wrote on her Facebook page.
It's just a lot.
And I'm glad I don't follow and I'm glad I don't ingest it, but somebody brought it to my attention and I was like, look, there's a reason why I don't follow that person anymore.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I've separated myself from those people. Hate has no place in my life.
No.
I am not okay with that.
No, absolutely
not. So you can keep your hatred network and do what you want to do over there.
I just can't believe that it would be somebody. She's got to have backers.
Of course she does.
And I'm sure it's their churches and whatever. But she's got financial backing for an exclusive network, for a network that is not really a smart business decision because it is not inclusive to an entire community.
Correct.
That is growing every day because people are more comfortable joining it. So how that financially makes sense to me, I don't get it.
For
do you know
me,
what I mean?
I don't give it air and I don't give it conversation and I don't pretend it exists, and obviously I would never subscribe to it.
No, never.
So good luck to you.
Yeah. But there were some great comments from celebrities. I think a lot of people were coming out and being like,
Good.
the fuck?
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. There was a Jenna Bush thing.
I love her just because she said she, on national television, doesn't wear any underwear. And then followed it up with, my mom would be very proud right now. And I laughed. It was a very real moment I had with Jenna Bush.
Family moment. Wait, I'm sorry. What was the context?
It was a Today show. She was talking about something. And then all of a sudden it just kind of popped up that she, doesn't wear underwear. And I was like, all right then, thank you for the share.
That's it. It just popped up that she doesn't
reveals why she never wears underwear, and she said, "I'm sure my mom has never been more proud."
I have so many questions. First of all, is that a consistent thing? You just don't wear underwear in general?
Yeah, she says that she thinks it makes a prettier silhouette, and also you don't have to pack as much.
Girlfriend,
she said there's a lot of pros to it.
Girlfriend, maybe you just need to shop in a different section because, especially, she's not a large woman. They only take up. There is underwear out there that is smaller and only takes up a small portion of your bag.
Maybe she's like my daughter, who my daughter could only wear one layer of clothing. She had like a tactile dysfunction, if you will, where she didn't like things. So there was never like dead of winter. She'd be like, I'm in a t-shirt. This is what I'm wearing. And I'm like, okay. So I would just like drop off a bag of all of her stuff just in case maybe a teacher or somebody else might be able to get socks and shoes on or a coat on.
Yeah, what did her teachers do?
There you go. It was a lot.
Oh,
she
were
was
teachers
a lot.
like, you're a bad parent, and you were like, no, I'm literally trying.
No,
to get
because
the
she
girl to wear
like
clothes.
went to like occupational therapy for dealing with feeling uncomfortable wearing these things. Like everything had to be inside out, no seams, no tags.
Okay, actually,
it's a thing. It's a thing.
Socks.
Yeah.
I don't. We're getting real personal. This is a weird thing about me. It's like when I told everybody that I sleep with a t-shirt over my face. I wear my socks inside out.
Okay, because you don't like the
seam along the top of my toe is bizarre.
See, and then that bothers you.
But is that not fun? I used to throw my feet and wear point shoes for 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
But the seam of my socks is like not going to work for me.
We all have our things. And if it makes you put socks on and gets you to walk throughout the day happier, then who the hell am I to tell you not to wear your socks inside out?
The worst ones are my ski socks because my ski boot is so tight, but they're not as warm. The other way, it's business idea. What are we doing?
I know, right?
Don't steal it.
This is ours. We're mocking it right now.
Patenting it right now before the episode. No, we're not.
For sure. No, we won't. But Jenna, I feel you. I'm pretty much on the same level as her. Unless I'm wearing a skirt. I wear granny panties. Like lollipop pants. I
wear like full biker shorts underneath my skirts. Like
exactly.
But I'm also at work and I'm getting up on ladders and stuff, so I have to. Yep. I would feel more uncomfortable not wearing underwear. There are certain things like wow, we're getting into this. There are certain things like leggings where I'm like, you know.
They're already kind of like underwear.
Yeah, but like I cannot imagine going commando in jeans. There's so many seams, and then they're supposed to be tight. Like how is that? Everything's rubbing on everything. Nope. Mm-mm.
So yeah, there she was in a live studio audience. Everybody had a good laugh at Jenna, but I thought that made her more just a regular human to share stuff like that.
General,
so I love that.
We like her in general.
Yep, we do.
All right, lady, get me into the Tom Brady stuff. We are just flying through shit today.
Well, this situation, I saw a sad dad post where it was like, Tom Brady enjoys pizza with his 2 children with his parenting time. And I was like, oh,
kids come back.
Sad.
Kids come back from Costa Rica and dad takes them out for pizza. I was like, oh my God, what a dad moment. Like,
it made me feel a little bit sad for him, didn't it, though? It was like, here's your visitation, Tommy.
All I kept thinking was like, do you think he's sitting across from him at the pizza joint going, so how was your trip? How do you ask questions about the guy and the interactions through your kids without involving your kids? Like, do you think he's like towing that line, doing the dad thing?
Yeah.
The divorced dad thing.
Yeah, it's totally got to be uncomfortable, the whole thing.
Well, now suddenly with all of this crypto stuff, I'm like, is this real? Now I'm like, I don't know if I like this. I'm wondering, the timing is suspicious. Now you're out seen with somebody. You're making all these headlines. It's in the middle of a football career. You suddenly came out of retirement, even though you said, like, something about it suddenly stinks.
Right.
Something about it is just a little bit smelly to me.
And
I don't know why I don't trust it, but I don't trust it.
Well, there's something else going on, and I'm just so curious with that because now there are rumors that him and Giselle were involved in some sort of Ponzi scheme that involved crypto. And the rumor floating around the internet is the breakup is that's exactly what it was. They were either wrapped up in a Ponzi scheme or simply placed too much money into the crypto platform FTX before it collapsed. But that company just went belly up bankrupt at $8 billion.
Is anybody shocked?
No.
Okay. I just
no
want
one's
to point
surprised
out,
by this. But for Tom and Giselle to be involved in a Ponzi scheme, and this is like all of a sudden they're divorced and he's coming out of retirement because do I have to make money? Did they lose it all? Like, what happened?
Yeah, like
were they scammed? Were they part of the scam?
This is 100% all part of it.
It's a Lifetime movie.
I also wonder too, like, not to say that they didn't break up, but who's to say it wasn't like part of a protection thing? Separating assets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're conveniently breaking up. Now all this is coming out. Now whatever. Like, I'm sure it's all.
It is 100% been plotted.
Whatever. But I do wonder if it was a little bit like, okay, our relationship is on the rocks. this is a good time to separate assets anyway. Let's go do that. Maybe Giselle's like, fuck you. This was all your money. I don't want to have anything to do with it. Let me separate mine. And Tom's like, you're right. Let me separate all your assets. Let's be done. We'll make a bunch of headlines about how you're moving on. And then we'll figure out our marriage again in another 2 years.
Well, exactly. And that's what they've done over the past few years because their divorce is pretty much finalized,
right.
Which is incredible that it moved that fast, but maybe it just didn't and we just weren't part of it.
Or maybe it did. Maybe they divorced really quickly knowing that this was all going to come out. Just like prenup, separate assets, be done.
The timing is really, really convenient. And you definitely can tell that a team was managing all of this on the back end. I just
wonder how much of this divorce is now
financial
protection as all this is going through and less about their dissolving marriage.
I'm
but
so
all
curious.
This narrative about the dissolving of their partnership, so to speak, is just good press and a good perspective on what has to do with that and not the financial aspect. I just like when there's smoke, there's fire. That's,
Yeah, and it's unclear what's going to come next. Steph Curry, Larry David all got sued. I'm very curious to see their hearings are planned for next month. There are documentaries already in the works. Like, buckle up because this is going to get good. Also, one of those situations.
Flash forward 10 years and they're back together.
Yeah, right.
And their kids were like, Mom and Dad were never apart.
Well, speaking of scams and scandals, the Theranos sentencing is going to be happening today. So I'm very curious about this Elizabeth Holmes situation and what is going to come out with that. Speaking of financing and swindling, and if you did not watch Dropout on Hulu, definitely watch it.
And was like, okay, I need like more mental space. And then
you do. Yeah. I know that this episode, we're just kind of spicing in things to watch throughout, I guess.
I know. Yeah, our content recs are just
They're all over the place, but we're fully involved. The Dropout is definitely great. And she does an amazing job just carrying her likeness, her quirks, and her idiosyncrasies. Amanda Seyfried?
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Amanda Seyfried's in it. I love
She's really, really good.
her. She is so disgustingly talented.
Yeah.
She's, I think, one of the most talented.
She's pretty awesome. So definitely worth a watch. I'm curious to see what happens to her because she's been a shyster since day one. Curious.
Did she have good intentions? Maybe I should just watch the show.
I think she started off with good intentions, like when she was a child, and then turned into this monster.
Oh. Okay, I'm not educated on the subject. I need to go back
and watch. Definitely.
Right. I'll have a long weekend, so maybe I'll do that. Okay. We got to get into the Taylor Swift stuff.
There's no shortage of teardrops for Taylor right now.
I don't think I think she made a bajillion dollars, but she's not making as much as she would if she just sold the tickets at the original value they're going for now on resale.
I'm just curious as to her awkward silence in this moment. I'm sure she's going to say something. She's not somebody that flies off the cuff and just says something.
No.
She does take her time to answer. She's
got a partnership, though, with Live Nation, so she, I'm sure, is being very quiet because she doesn't want to get anybody in trouble.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just going to, check out my remixes. No, I'm the problem.
Completely. All right, so I was in the queue. Me and my assistant manager had the office computer, an iPad, two phones going, trying to get tickets.
18 million Americans probably trying to get this.
Yep, trying to get tickets.
14 million people hit the site.
Okay, I have a theory though.
Yes.
If she did a regular Midnights tour, it would have been in demand, but it wouldn't have been in this demand. There is something in every era for everybody. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why this tour is so huge, because it's calling it eras, is giving the idea that she's going to walk us through her albums, right? Mm-hmm. And I love that. I think it's unbelievable, but I think it's drawing an even bigger crowd because it takes somebody who really would have loved Midnights and maybe didn't love Lover, but really liked Fearless, and really loved Speak Now, but maybe didn't love Folklore, still want to buy tickets, right?
Yeah.
And then it takes the crazies out there, the true Swifties that are holy crap, this is the concert of a lifetime because she's going to go through all of them. She's going to go through every section, right? And I think that's why. I think if she just did a regular tour for this album, 3 a.m., whatever, it wouldn't have been as huge as this.
She just, by the way, had 50 million YouTube subscribers.
Unbelievable.
It's pretty incredible.
Unbelievable.
You can subscribe to us on YouTube. We be our first subscriber. I don't know if we have any. We just started though. I'm giving us a chance.
Subscribe to my ridiculous facial expressions 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
You're welcome. The controversy with Ticketmaster. First off, lawmakers are calling for action for Taylor Swift's Ticketmaster
What are lawmakers going to
controversy.
do? Like, can you imagine being Ticketmaster and being like, we literally don't know what happened. Like, we were ready for demand, but we were not ready for that much of a demand. Like, our system's literally broke. What are you suing us for?
So that people were... It just seems a little bit shady and shaky as far as they are. They said they received a number of complaints, and I guess when they receive that many complaints, they have to be answered. It got a lot of press coverage.
Hi, I'm sorry. I've been sitting in this queue for 13 hours and I have not moved.
I never thought to call law enforcement or my senator to be like, look, listen, I've been online way too long.
Yeah, but the Attorney General of Tennessee is like kind of going after Live Nation and Ticketmaster. Well, Ticketmaster is going after Ticketmaster, but they have a partnership with Live Nation.
Right.
And I guess I didn't realize this. I forget where the stat was.
Tennessee is a huge music market. And they're looking at antitrust investigation because, Tennessee is her home state. And also, it is like the place where you go to make music.
Yeah, hold on.
It's not going to be the last time that they've got to deal with Ticketmaster and their shady...
Attorney General acknowledged that Live Nation Entertainment dominates approximately 70% of the live music industry and how this impacts paying customers because Live Nation merged with Ticketmaster in 2010.
Ooh. Right. So, you have a monopoly. That
Anytime
has to be
you have
investigated.
that kind of concentration of market share, there's a risk that the lack of competition will not just drive up prices for consumers, but it'll also reduce the quality of the product.
Yes.
Well, true. Although, nobody's questioning Taylor's quality of product, which is why everybody flocked to this concert.
No, correct.
But quality of website capabilities.
But that's insane. There was ones on StubHub for $22,000. We saw one for $47,000.
So it's so interesting. I've noticed that the Gillette tickets are so much more expensive. Like LA had rafter seats for $380 something, $400, $500. The rafter seats for Gillette are $1,200.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Back seats, literally zero. Floor seats are going for whatever, in Nashville, $22,000. In Gillette, $47,000.
Yeah, that's insane.
Who has 40? And I can't imagine sitting there next to somebody. I happen to get a ticket in this magical world, right? And I'm sitting on the floor and looking next to somebody to my left, being like, "You paid fucking $50,000 for these seats."
I know. Somebody last night was like, "Well, we got tickets," and I was like, "I'm not even gonna ask. I'm really not gonna ask how much you spent on them."
But it only makes me want to go more.
I know. And the Liberty Media CEO and Live Nation chairman, Greg Maffei, appeared on CNBC on Thursday and said, well, I apologize to all of the fans, and we're working on it.
Yeah.
What? Just don't go live. Don't answer.
They canceled regular sale because everything was sold out in such a shit show on pre-sale. People were opening credit cards to get pre-sales, which is how many new accounts do you think Capital One has?
Yeah, right? Well, they hit the jackpot. Nobody else did, though. And parents from coast to coast are out there trying to freak out and get these tickets so they can surprise their kids as a present for Hanukkah and Christmas, and you're not getting anything. Sorry, you get the new album. Maybe I'll buy you some remixes.
This is also another call. Once again, please make a 3 a.m. vinyl. Please make me a box set of the 3 a.m. I don't want to buy Midnights. I don't want to buy just the first tracks. I want them all. I want them all.
Tori, do you want them all?
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, they definitely will. When sales of all of this slows down, they'll start thinking of ways to come for fans. And
the other thing, too, I was thinking is that, I said it at the beginning when we started this conversation. When those tickets go to pre-sale, they're set at a market value. They're not set at what they're going to potentially resell for. So Taylor Swift got all this money from all of these concerts selling out immediately. But I almost feel bad being but she should also get the $47,000 that front row is going for.
Yeah, that's not right.
Do you know what I mean? She sold that front row ticket for $300 and then somebody else is turning around and selling it for $50,000.
Yeah, and you're right. Part of that's not her problem.
No,
that's just ridiculous.
But it's a little bit you can't predict.
Grimy.
Yeah, I've used StubHub and Ticketmaster. I literally didn't even know those were resale tickets until this Taylor Swift thing. I just thought I was buying tickets. Had no idea they were somebody else's. I don't know. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I
if
agree.
Taylor Swift is that much in demand, then she should be getting a portion of that money.
It's like buying ticket scalper prices. It's what it is.
Yeah.
There are still people that sit on the outside after they don't sell on StubHub, trying to sell them to people that are outside hoping to get in and gouge the crap out of you.
Do you think I can do that in London, though, in like the West End, and see if I can get tickets for something out there?
Absolutely.
I'm wondering what I can see. Same thing in Paris.
There you go. Something fun. I like that.
I don't know how to scalp tickets in French, though.
You just talk to your phone now. Google Translate when you can talk to it in English.
I want
and it'll
voudrais
spit out all of your French for you.
Billet. Por favor is the wrong.
Pour
S'il vous
moi.
plaît.
Thank you.
Billet. I want a ticket.
I love it.
I'm working on it. I can say like, check please. No, I actually know a little bit more French than that, but I'm like trying to make sure that I have enough to
brush up.
Yeah,
At least try.
Me and Duolingo are like real tight right now.
All right, well, get going.
The frustrating thing is I can read it way better than I can hear it. So I'm like, this is going to be no help when the waiter comes over and is like, hi, what do you want? And I'm going to be like, if you write it down.
Yeah, conversational is just not the same as actually seeing it written down for sure.
Nope.
Do we want to get into content, Rex? Do we have something else that is on our What's Roasting list that we didn't get to?
Nothing on the What's Roasting.
So content, Rex. Dead to Me.
Oh, so good.
Dead to Me. New season is out. Very excited for it. I started trying to watch it last night, and I was like, no, I'm not giving it enough attention. Shut it off.
Yeah.
And when I have more time
right?
for
It's
it.
funny. I remember watching the first season.
Yeah, but I saw the first episode, and yeah, you can tell she's physically impaired a little bit.
Yeah.
And she looks a little puffy, but I mean, whatever. Christina Applegate is amazing, and I'm really excited to see what happens within the show. It's a great show.
Okay.
It's going to be the last season.
I support that.
So watch Dead to Me this weekend, and we're going to wrap things up here, right?
Well, you don't want my content rec?
What's your content rec?
Can't believe you just brushed over me like that.
Sorry.
Actually, my content rec is really lame, but also really, really good, or I wouldn't be recommending it. If you haven't seen it, go watch the live remake of Beauty and the Beast. It's on Disney+.
Oh.
So I have watched it the last couple nights with my friend. We like group watch, and I fall asleep every time. So I'm only like halfway through it. But
It's so good. She falls asleep every time.
it literally, every single time, But I forget. Like, I'm like, oh, that's a great movie. And then you go back and you watch it again and you're like, oh my God, the sets, the costumes, the choreography, the talent of these people is just unbelievable. Plus, like the animation of the it's just so good. It is just, I think it's one of my favorite live action remakes.
Okay.
I was a big Belle girl growing up. It was like Belle and Little Mermaid makes sense now with my personality.
It tracks, yeah.
Yes, like kind of an introvert, always into books, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Doesn't like the typical guy, goes after the beast looking thing. And then on the other hand, like kind of a rebel, always looking for an adventure, trying to get out, trying to go do something nobody else has done before. Those are like, that's my thing. But anyway, I think it's
Disney
my favorite.
princess is available, so she's still looking for her Disney prince. If you resemble a beast, then maybe she'll like you.
Well, the dad bod thing. Anyway, watch the damn movie.
Get perky with us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The First Shot Morning Show.
Have a great day. Oh my God.
The First Shot Morning Show is produced by Lemonadio. When life gives you lemons, make radio. We encourage everyone to listen happier.com.